Okay, so I gotta talk about that ending first. I really got to address that ending of this episode of Punchline. So, at the end, our robot girl, she gets shot, and supposedly she is dead, even though she's a robot. Fine, I'll look past that. But right before that, 30 seconds before that, you see the dude that's wearing, like, a superhero costume. He gets shot randomly, and I'm like, oh my god, that's fucked up, because, I mean, they kind of used that as a comedy scene, and the dude got shot, and he fell off, and, you know, at the end of the episode, it focuses over towards him before the episode ends. And this is something that really bugged me when it came to this episode, because it felt very forced with the atmosphere that this episode was trying to portray. In that scene where you saw the dude on the ground, he had holes in him and all that, and then, you know, he's probably dying, you see how the other girl, our main female character, she goes on, like, right next to him, about to pick him up, leaning him up, and you see how her pantsuit is just right in front of him, and then he starts having a nosebleed, and then, as you can see, the world's about to explode, or, you know, have a comet hit it, because that's probably the main male character's body. So the thing was, what I'm getting at, is that the way that fan service was used, it felt very just there out of that nowhere. Like, it was just there to be there, and it felt like it didn't go with the mood and atmosphere that ending was trying to set up. For instance, that ending of the episode was very shocking. Like, it was shocking, even though it was kind of, like, corny, especially with how the dude got shot. It was just shocking to see how the robot girl got killed like that, and the episode was going to end there. But then we shift over to that scene to where he's seeing panties, pretty much, and then the entire world is about to end. That scene right there just... I don't know how to feel, because that did not work. Like, that comedy and the way that was used with some of these tones, it did not do well. Like, it did not do well at all. The tone shifts of this episode, I felt, were very, very lacking. And that is one of the issues I had when I was watching this episode, because there was a specific scene, too, where you see Robert and all that, and the robot girl, when they're on the rooftop and they're waiting for that dude, Turtle Man, to come in, and they're about to ambush him with a taser and stuff like that. Well, you see how these two, in the middle of this, getting into this very serious moment that's very serious. They start, oh yeah, we'll pretend like we're not mad at each other for now. And they're like, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is stupid. Like, that scene right there felt very forced and out of nowhere compared to other dialogue. Like, they should have kept a serious atmosphere there. I know this is a series that has fan service, it has that type of comedy, which is understandable, fine, but the way some of it was used with this episode, it didn't fit with the tone that this episode had. Like, this episode had a very dark premise about it. Like, it's a very dark episode in certain aspects, especially with the bullying when we found stuff out like that. That was very serious shit we found out about Ito. I mean, that was some serious characterization backstory we got to her. But the way they did that, and then they went into some of these comedy moments, it just did not fit the theme of this episode, and it felt very out of place. And I have to really address that, because the comedy just shouldn't have been in this episode. Like I said, it should have been mainly this serious moments to build up that plot. Now, comedy here and there is fine, but I mean, the way it was used, just, I wish they would have went a different way about it. Now, the thing was, though, besides that, the episode of Punchline, it's okay. It's a good episode. I mean, we get a little bit of development here and here with, you know, plot advancement, along with getting to see a little bit of foreshadowing to what possibly is going to happen. But besides that, regardless of that, I felt like this episode kind of fell short compared to the impact it could have had if it would have went straight to the serious theme. Like, I mean, if this series would have, or this episode would have used those serious vibes properly, this could have been one of the best episodes of the series, of Punchline, and it could have been a very, very damn good episode, like one of the best of today, if it went that route. But sadly enough, it did not. So that's my personal opinion when it came to this episode of Punchline. Now, I know some are going to disagree with me, because comedy is subjective. It depends on your taste in comedy. But I just felt like the way the tones were done in this episode just did not fit with the atmosphere that we all walked into this episode expecting. For instance, with, you know, last week's preview, with how Ito dies, and then with the beginning of this episode, like the first 7 minutes being very depressing, because we find out about the bullying of Ito, how she's been bullied, and why she's staying at home by herself. We kind of figured that out finally, and the way that was done, it was a very good first half of the episode, and then it led up into, you know, that, and then I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this week's episode? I love you all so much. Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. If you disagree with me, please let me know. I mean, let me know your thoughts about this episode, and tell me what you think they should have done if you do agree with me. I mean, what route do you think they should have took? So please be safe. Chibi out.